Richmond is beautiful. Interesting going to the grocery store or walking down the street and people speak to you. You drive down the road and people wave.
There's a diversity of activities, museums, historical sites.
I love Richmond for its music, for its grappling with where it's been and where it wants to be. It's just the right size.
My name is Betty Squire, and I'm 71 years of age, and I retired in 1991.
My name is Guy Kinman, and I've been retired since 1982, and I'm 97 and a half years old.
My name is Robert Pratt. I live in Chesterfield County, Virginia, and I'm 67. I retired in 2008.
My name is Sharon Brewer. I'm 73 years old. I didn't retire. I just left the corporate world, and now I'm in a different phase of my life.
My name is Lucy Ferguson. I worked for the Bon Secours Richmond Health System for 20 years, and I retired about 6 weeks ago.
Well, I would say the unique thing about being retired is not being retired, because neighbors and friends and people that you know will say, oh, you've got plenty of time now. Can you work on this project? Can you help me with this? You know, or we need you with that. Can you come to this meeting and just give us your thoughts? That'll be all we'll need from you, but it never is just your thoughts. It's another meeting and another meeting. So I tell people, if you want to count my retirement, you're gonna have to do it in the future, because I'm not retired now.
Being retired is what you make it. When I wake up in the morning, I get to decide what I'm going to do that day, even if that's nothing at all.
Retirement can be wonderful. It's the way you look at it. It's the way you look at anything. That's what makes the difference.
Well, when I retired, I knew that I knew enough people so that if I needed to supplement my income and work part-time, that I could do that.
I thought retirement was going to be a time of leisure and relaxation, but that was a view that I held a number of years ago. But as I've gotten older, I realized I don't want to be lying around doing nothing. So I think it's a very active time and really an adventure, and one I'm looking forward to.
I have too many things every day to do. This is not celebrating the end of something. This is beginning something that's especially nice. It would really be best if we'd retire the name retirement and realize it's just another phase.
Project Home is a nonprofit organization that serves the community in a number of ways. Having retired from a position where I sat behind a desk for nearly 10 years, I was looking for an opportunity to do something outside, and I was looking for an opportunity to do something with my hands and to learn new skills. I became intrigued with the wheelchair division. One was the very first ramp that we built and installed. The lady who lived there told me that she had not been out of her house in over a year. I overheard her talking to her son, and she said, "Son, tomorrow we're going shopping."
When I found the program called Ageless Grace, I had have the opportunity, and I still do, is to go out to retirement homes, nursing homes, rehabilitation centers, churches, and help people stay healthy.
A lot of my work has been in the East End, which has some of the highest chronic disease and other poor health indicators in our city and actually in the state of Virginia. We've worked on building community gardens, exercise activities, mental health projects, and a lot of other different efforts to try to improve the health of the community in concert with the residents of the community.
What draws me to volunteering is it means that I can give back. I think I've been fortunate in my life. I've never been where I didn't have a roof over my head or something to eat or something to wear. And to whom much is given, much is expected, and I believe in that.
I read that gays and lesbians had had the courage to state the obvious truth that someone you know is gay, maybe someone you love, when they had the courage to say, I'm around, wake up, you open your eyes. This was my way of saying, I'm still Guy Kinman. I'm here. And then I saw in the paper that some fine people in Roanoke had raised billboards which said, someone you know is gay, maybe someone you love. And so I said, I want to say that. VCU Department of Gerontology is not stuck down in a classroom. It's outside talking to seniors, learning from seniors.
There are a couple of others that I think of as well. Bon Secours also has some programs, exercise programs available. And the Senior Center of Richmond also has some programs. So Senior Connections and AARP have wonderful websites with a lot of information about activities and things going on.
Program for the all-inclusive care of the elderly is the meaning of PACE. Now PACE, I'm not a volunteer, I'm a paid community outreach, and what I do is that I notify organizations in the community that I think can use PACE services. And it's also a good outreach tool because a lot of times we do not know what's available in our community.
One of the things that's important to me is being physically active, and I'm fortunate to be able to have a trainer that I work with who helps me build up my strength.
I do believe that one of the keys to longevity is to move, move, move. And so as long as I can move, I'm going to be moving and I'm going to be doing something that is going to serve the community in some way.
Day to day, you are talking, you are communicating, and because you generally are lively, you're not growing old.
I would say we need to start planning for our retirement at the beginning of your career. Whatever you can put aside, you need to start doing it, because sometimes you retire a little bit earlier than planned. And also you need to take advantage of your 401ks or whatever saving plans that your company would have that you can participate in. Make the sacrifice early.
Well, I agree with the planning. I think the one other aspect I would add to that is that as much planning as you do, there are still going to be unanticipated activities, glitches, problems that arise that you never anticipated, which I think speaks even more strongly to the need to plan.
You have to realize what the cost of the future is. So start planning now, start saving now, and not only from a financial standpoint, but have some idea of what you want to do when you're finished with your career. Because there's nothing worse than retiring and then wake up the next day and say, what am I going to do now? Yeah. So planning is key.
Richmond has so much history, and I must admit, there's so much to do here.
Not only historic sites, but there are also other interesting places, lots of museums, fine art.
I find Richmond to be a very friendly place, and I also find that you can get around very easy.
I've been impressed with the diversity of people in Richmond, their commitment to improving the community, to making it healthier.
Richmond has become an area where people are less afraid of each other, racially or according to what's called sexual orientation.
If you give the best that you have, the best will come back to you. And it could be something very small on your part, but it could mean the world for somebody else.
I began to have a tattoo.
Ah.
And because I have restless leg syndrome, we had to abort it because my leg was shaking like this.
Oh.
But I still have the one paw from a turtle, and I'm very proud of it.